Sorry, I'm a little I had to go get my water. I'm sorry. Oh, and it's turned the wrong way too. I've been sick. Not feeling good at all. Hi, Stroker. If you're still here, I'm sorry I was a minute. I started the live stream and then realized I didn't have a water out here. I drank my water. So, I will know later this week because I'm going to get an antibodies test, but I think I had coronavirus. I don't know for sure, but I will know. And then I doubted it because it lasted for 2.5 days. And a couple of friends, I was sharing it on Facebook, talking to friends and stuff, saying, I'm kind of scared, not going to lie. I had 9 of the 11 symptoms, and every one of them were mild. And, yeah, yikes. Yeah, I remember you, Dog Lips. How are you doing? So, I'm feeling way better today. A couple of my friends contacted me and said, don't assume you didn't have it just because it only lasted a couple of days. They had some friends in where they live that were sick for a couple of days, and then just because they were offering the service, they went ahead and got the test, and they had it, and they didn't know it. They just assumed because it was so mild, because we're always hearing the horror stories of the most extreme of them. They said they had it, and they were mild. 2 friends contacted me about it. And I had their messages this morning when I got on, well, this afternoon when I got online. So I am going to go get the antibodies test to see if I had it, but I'm going to tell y'all right now, it came on gradually, but steady. Like, there was no point where I didn't feel like, well, it's easing up. It either stayed exactly the same and just, and then something else started happening. Mine started with body pain, just every joint hurt, everything hurt. And then stomach problems, like, oh my God, the pain in my stomach. It was just so bad. Then I had, not in this order from here, but like the chills. I'd have no fever. I had chills. Then ironically, the first night where it was really intense, I woke up during the night after I finally fell asleep, soaking wet. So I got a fever and it broke all while I was asleep that fast. I got a job starting Friday afternoon. That's awesome! What are you going to be doing? So, because I was like, well, I can't have it because I don't have, I don't have a fever. I got chills. Oh, hey. You know what? Good for you. I'm so glad that you got you a job. But yeah, so I'll find out for sure if I had it. Because I contacted, well, my daughter and me were talking, and I kind of broke down with her, and I was like, but I also have a chance at a construction job, $18 oh, yeah, go for that too. Yeah, take the one that pays really good and has steady work and all. But I told her, I think I have it. I was concerned that I was just getting sick, and then I thought, screw it, I'm going to see what the symptoms are. And then I looked at him and I just lost it. And I called Doug in the room and I said, look at the symptoms. And they were all things I had been complaining to him about. I was like, I've got 9 of them. So, he was like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And I said, I feel like I'm going to be fine. I'm so scared I'm going to give it to you or the boys. And what if y'all aren't fine? So I was just losing it for them. I didn't want to get them sick. So I told them to get the hell away from me. Um, get away from me. Don't come near me.
Hey,
Hey, buddy.
where's my hair?
Are you glad you don't got to stay away from me anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, your hair looks fancy. Let me see. You're so handsome. Y'all look. uh, and my baby, he's so tall and handsome. So I'm feeling better. It was 2.5, close to 3 days, and then I was fine. Finer. The fatigue was awful. I could not lift my arms and legs. I just wanted to stay on the couch with tears rolling down my face and not move. The fatigue, if you guys, if you just feel minor things like I just said, and fatigue, the fatigue is intense. That is bad. It wasn't like I'm tired. It wasn't the same. Well, if you've ever felt fatigue for medical, something medical, you'll know what I mean. I've never been so incapable of lifting anything. It was, it was bad. I couldn't lift. And I told Doug, I walked past him and said, I'm going to go get my shower now before it even gets dark outside, because as bad as I'm feeling, I'm not going to be able to take a shower tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way. So I did that before I got too weak and just exhausted feeling. It just felt so drained. And that's an intense thing. If you get that, we missed you. I said to myself last night, I wonder when Corey is going to be back on again. Aww. Yes, I had headaches. See, that was another thing that happened the day before it really got bad, the headaches. And I was taking things for headaches. Well, Stroke Race. I'm going to be doing my strings in the evenings again. It's just, I've tried.
I'm gonna blow dry my hair.
You're going to blow dry it? Mm-hmm. Okay, make sure you put the blow dryer back up as soon as you're done.
Okay.
But not until it cools off. Okay. Rub one out, yeah. So I did have headaches. I kept taking, I tried acetaminophen, which always takes care of my headaches, and it did, but for a very short period of time. And then I thought it was because of the weather change. And honestly, that time of the month, I thought, well, I'm getting a headache from that or something. I didn't think anything of it. But that I had for 2 days prior to the other stuff starting. So wow, it actually did last for longer than 2.5 days. So that would mean by the third day is when the fatigue happened, the day that I realized I had all these other things coming on to me at once. But it was not like the flu. It was different. It was similar, but different. I never threw up. I felt weak to my stomach. I couldn't eat. I was hungry, but then that ended as well. I was like, you know what? I'm not even hungry at this point. I feel like I'm going to be ill. So anyway, enough about that. That's what happened, and that's why I'm concerned that I had it, which I didn't think about until a friend said, do you think you might have coronavirus? And I was like, not based on what I've heard it does, until I looked at the symptoms, and then I was like, oh shit. So, and I'm careful. We don't go anywhere without a mask on. Ever. Ever. I actually walked into the day that it all began. I walked in, and it wasn't because of this. I'm sure it didn't happen because of that, because I was having headaches before what happened. I had to stop into the Dollar Tree to pick up some flip-flops. If y'all know little boys, they grow fast and they go through summer shoes really quickly. So we hadn't bought Jack any summer shoes yet because we've been stuck inside. So we really haven't been going anywhere. And he needed a pair. So I ran into the Dollar Tree to grab him a quick pair of flip-flops. It's Florida. Why am I going to buy him tennis shoes? He's got a pair, but he wanted something else. I walked right in the door, grabbed the flip-flops, walked straight to the line. I went to pay. Hi, Harold. You wear your mask too. That's good. And as I got in the line, the man in front of me was wearing a mask. The lady waiting on me was wearing a mask, and I went, oh shit. And I did like this, and she looked up at me. I said, I knew something didn't feel right. I came right in here without my mask on. So, I got really panicked about it. And when she was ringing me up for the one item, I threw the $2. I was just like, have a good day. And she kind of laughed it because I go on there so they know me. But I just tossed the $2 and bolted. I was like, I'm out. You can keep your bag. I don't want to touch anything else that I don't need to touch. And then I got in the car and, of course, saturated my hands with hand sanitizer. And I was like, I forgot my mask. And Doug was like, yeah, I realized that after you'd already walked in the store. And the kids were like, Nina, you can't do that. I was like, I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Hey.
Maybe I wasn't thinking. Hey, look at that. Look at that handsome young man. Tell me I'm not blessed. Look at that gorgeous child. Anyway. So, Aaron took care of me while I didn't feel good. He brought me ginger ale, and it was so cute. The next morning, when I was feeling a little better, I was up in the bed, and he says to me, hey, Nina, are you feeling better today? I said, I actually am. I'm feeling better. You know, I'm up. I'm feeling pretty good. He said, is it because I brought you that ginger ale? I said, that's exactly why I feel better, because you brought me that ginger ale. It made me feel much better. Really? Yeah, they're selling masks here everywhere. I just need to make a few. I've got the stuff I need to make them. I just haven't, because we still have the throwaways, and we wear them at least 2 times because we each have our own, and they don't come into contact with anything but us and the storage area in the car where we put our, like, mine goes above my sun visor, Doug's goes above his, and each of the boys puts theirs in the little pouch behind the seats. But yeah, so we try to get a few wares out of them. We're running low. We need to buy some more, or I just need to make some. I don't know. But my sister makes some. She made some for the deaf. They have the mask, like the window on them. She made a batch of those for somebody out of her state. Crow, why did the turtle cross the road? Oh my God. I don't know. I'm afraid to know.
To get to the other side?
I don't know. I felt good enough last night that I cooked. Doug wanted taco salad. I said, well, that sounds good to me. Lots of vegetables, so made that. And made the pico de gallo and all that. To get to the Shell station. You're so stupid.
Shell station?
Yeah, the Shell station. Doug, tonight it's his turn, so Doug is making homemade wonton soup. Saw a recipe online, and then he took off to the store and said, He took off to the store. He said, I'll be right back. I'm going to get the ingredients to make fried wonton soup. Y'all excuse my house. I've not felt well, so we've all been pitching in to try to keep things straight, because I haven't been able to do it 100%. Let me flip this around, you guys. So this is the mixture, huh, Doug?
Yep.
This is pork and what? Spring onions. What else? Ginger, garlic, pepper,
all kinds
of stuff. Is there any soy sauce in it?
of
Soy sauce. Is there any sesame oil in it? Sesame oil. There's his wonton. Let me see. Oh, he's making one. Oh, you're trying them all out, huh?
Well, I tried the one. I don't like the way it does.
You don't like that one? Okay. So he's making. Here's the broth.
Well, with all the, I didn't drain all the stuff off.
Yeah, it's got bok choy.
No, there's really bok choy.
Is this our spoon here for that?
Yeah.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the bok choy at, dude?
That's not cooked yet.
I wanted him to get bok choy, so he went back to the store to get bok choy.
That's all going to be drained out.
Yeah, he's going to drain all these spring onions out after it's flavored the water. I already tasted the broth. It is so good. This man can cook. Aren't I lucky? I got a man that loves to cook. Oh, he got me a watermelon. Thank you, Doug. Watermelon makes my belly feel better, and it keeps me hydrated. Oh. And he brought me home a new plant. He brought me home that giant fern. I love it. Because see that one hanging right there, it's even bigger. They had them marked down at the Walmart for $5, and that's a a $14 plant. These things are humongous. So that's what's going on with my exciting life, and I can't say that I could be any happier. I am so... No weed plant. We're good on that. Any cat in the soup. Don't say that. That's not true everywhere. It's a full plant. Most of the time, like Lowe's, when they mark them down, it's because they are dead. They're not going to make it. But I bought 2 hanging... If I lose y'all, I'm going to scoot back up here, but I'm going to try to show y'all. I bought 2 hanging plants. That one and that one. There's 2. They're side by side. And I came home and I pulled all the dead off of them. They were $2 a piece. So I pulled all the dead. Oh, and those right there were $1.50. Hold on. See those tall ones? Right? I'm trying to... There. See that tall one? There's 2 of them. They're side by side. And it has a flower thing at the top, just not right now. Okay. Those were $1.50 a piece at Walmart. The ones in front of them that I paid $2 a piece, those were from the Lowe's. And they didn't look so good, but they still had some green, so I always give them a chance. They deserve a chance. And I brought them home. I pulled off the dead, and then I watered the shit out of them, and within 2 days, their blooms were coming in. So they are beautiful plants. And I've been looking for a good fern, but they're $17. And I'm like, I'm not spending that kind of money on a fern or a plant like this when there are so many that still have a fighting chance on the dead owl. I'm going to get the ones that still have a chance. And I think out of all of up to this point, out of all of the plants I've bought marked down because they're dying or dead, or they've seasoned out, whatever, I think I've lost 2. That's it. I planted tomato plants by taking a Roma tomato and slicing it and then burying the slices. And I'm growing tomato plants. So, hi, Blue Waffles. You never gave me an address, by the way. Is your channel name your last name? Whose? What, so Fugget? Are you talking to me? You can regrow pineapples and onions also. Really? Oh, now onions I knew. But pineapples I did not know. Yeah, recycled gardening is really cool. That's what I call it. Recycled gardening. That's really cool. A lot of folks don't realize it. They think they have to have seeds or a little starter plant. No, so Fugget's not. My last name is Briggs. Briggs. No secret. I have nothing to hide. I'm nobody important. No Casper, LOL. Shut up. But, yeah, so, my real name is Blue and my last name is Waffles. Steve, you're stupid. 2 thumbs up, so the rest of y'all hate me. That's fine. That's fine. I thought all the haters were in rehab or something. Or getting evaluated or whatever. I guess they could smuggle a cell phone in their butt crack, though, right? And hide it in their Bible. I can't plant anything here. Deer and bears eat it. Oh, that's terrible. Almost named my cat Briggs. Really? That's funny. I dated a guy in the military that went AWOL because he was afraid if he left me, I would not be there for him when he got out of the Navy or came back into port. So he went to the brig. Huh? Thank you so much, Harold. But I'm feeling better, and I was sick, and I'm still not 100%. I've still got some stomach issues going on. I'm starting to think the stomach issues have nothing to do with the rest of it. I think that's just coincidental.
I had a sneeze coming up, but I couldn't.
Huh?
I had a sneeze coming up, but I couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
That's a handsome young man, y'all. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just preferential because he's mine, but I'm going to get him a suit.
With some fancy shoes.
Some fancy shoes?
Yeah.
You're a big boy. You don't need fancy shoes. You got to have that whole, you don't know. What's the name of the dang on show?
No, I'm fine.
Shut up. What, buddy?
I got up this in the room.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye. He was asking for permission to use a blanket in the room. Okay, I mashed your thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Isn't his hat cute? He's got him a little beachy fedora. He's got a nice, it's for kids, so yeah.
It fits you a little bit.
No, it doesn't. Jack picked a Scooby-Doo ball cap. He went for fedora, which was really odd. And then after he picked that Scooby-Doo cap and they had paid for him, so they could wear him in the store.
Sassy. No.
Jack was like, I wish I'd have picked the fedora. I was like, yeah, well, you did. Next week we'll get you a new hat if you want, and it'll be a fedora.
Sassy, what are you eating?
He's got 2 fedoras, but they're in the RV. And it's looking like we're going to scrap everything in the RV because the rats have taken it over like I discussed before. It's been unoccupied and it's been open, like all the slides are open and everything. I'll be back in 20. You going to be on? I don't know. I may. Well, go see how far along your pop is. I need to know when he's going to drop those wontons because maybe I can show everybody when he drops the wontons. So Doug was like, yo, we're going to have, which I told him this years ago, we needed to have a cultural night, like once a week or something. Like tonight we're doing the Chinese authentic.
How about just drop the wontons?
Damn it, move.
It's okay.
You can say you wanted to see that?
Well, it's no big deal. I've just come in to show. And like, we do Mexican all the time, but we don't do authentic. We're going to do authentic.
It just got put in there.
Oh, it's too steamy.
Yeah, you can see.
Come on, bitch. It's not even boiling. Oh, it's not supposed to be, is it? There's one of the wontons. How many did you make?
10 right now. You can't do but so many at a time.
You can still make them.
Yeah, but they get dried out. Remember?
She said to keep them covered.
Yeah, I can't keep them covered but so much.
Hey, buddy, what's wrong with you?
You don't want the wonton.
Hold on. What are you doing? What are you doing? You giving me a thumbs down here, kid?
Yep, I want.
You're eating it.
No.
You are eating it.
No. I want.
Oh,
I don't give a crap. You're eating it. This boy right here. No, it's not. That is genuine, authentic broth for wonton soup. Doug just made it from scratch. He got a hankering to give me good, healthy food because I've been sick, and he said, I'm going to make that wonton soup that we love. And I was like, okay. So he spent the morning looking at various recipes online, and he got it all together, and he went up there and bought all the stuff. Hot dog water. I haven't been watching anybody's videos, so I don't know. Yeah, it's wonton water. It's like just a broth. I think it's chicken broth. I don't know. I have to ask them. I'm assuming. All I do know is I tried the broth, and it is really good. It tastes just like the kind you get from a restaurant. It's really good. But he used like fish sauce and everything in it. He used all the real deal stuff you're supposed to use in that. So we already had sesame oil, and I believe we had fish sauce from when we were in the RV. I made something. What did I make? Oh, I made homemade mayfun. That's what it was. I made mayfun, and it was delicious. And that is not an easy recipe to make. I only made it once because it's so much work. It's a lot of work. But I just didn't have the counter space, and the pans and the everything I needed to make it easy. I managed, but it wasn't easy. So maybe we'll get this fucking kitchen done eventually, and it'll be complete, and then we can start doing cooking videos, because we do like to make everything from scratch when we can. When we have time and energy, It's just raising up 2 little boys this age, at our age, it's just not. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it unless you have the energy. But Steve, give me your freaking address, your email address, and I'm going to send you the link so you can download that whole hangout, because it's chock full of some pretty interesting shit. I made something. When I figure out what it is, I'll let you know. You really need to see that whole video, because you may have forgotten where he confessed to running over a Corvette with a big rig, a tractor trailer, and ripping the door off and then running from cops. He even specifies the road it happened on. I was like, Jesus, could you maybe just make a confession tape? The fuck? He even told which ramp he took to get off the interstate. Stupid. And the toll booth. He told everything. He's an idiot. Oh, Rob, they are happy kids. Why shouldn't they be? They get whatever they need. They get whatever they want. They're told all day long how much they're loved. I want them to always know that they are so loved in this house. I don't want them to feel that they've ever been rejected, Their mom just had an operation on her heart. And I didn't know it, but she had to stay awake for the whole thing. And they thought it would be between 6 and 8 hours, and it was only 4.5 hours. But she was scared. We couldn't make the trip because I could not imagine going on an Amtrak right now. Plus, I found out that Amtrak has changed their cells, and they're filling each car less full. Each train car is less full by half. So everyone has 2 seats to themselves. So you're not right up on someone. And so their trains were selling out pretty quickly. And I didn't feel good about, what if I go? What if I get it? And then I give it to Madison. And she's in the freaking hospital with an immunity that's so weak right now. You know what I'm saying, Rub? So me and my mom, my mom and me were supposed to go, and my dad. And we talked with Madison, and we decided, based on just the risk for Madison and the risk for my mom and dad with their age, and plus they're not letting anybody go into the rooms except for one designated person. You have to pick one. I'm not saying they'll let people in one at a time. They're only letting one person in, period. And she chose my daughter Shane. And Shane and Josh and Kasima made the trip. And that's what family does. They decide what's best for the family. And Doug was willing, he had already told them he was going to miss several days of work. We thought it was going to be in August, but when she went for her checkup, because it happened again, they sent her to a specialist who looked over her records and said, no, we're going to get you in June. She was like, that's like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks away. And he said, well, you need to get this done.
Look at Sasha.
No, I do not have the Corvid. Not, I mean, it's not confirmed that I had it, but whatever, if I had it, it's gone now. But I'm getting the antibodies test this week
Antibodies.
at the Jaguar Stadium. They're doing the antibodies test there for free. Huh?
Jaguar.
Yeah. They're not there, baby. It's just the stadium where they play, down by Pop Pop's job.
Okay.
What are you doing, bud?
Okay.
Oh, she playing with your car? Aaron's been playing the guitar. Well, I should sound terrible. I've been sick. Aaron's been playing the guitar. They've been keeping themselves occupied being inside, you know?
Stay inside.
My email is neenercoo at gmail. NEENERCOO. And then he found this little kit that we forgot we bought for the boys. And he's like, can I put it together? And I was like, yeah, I don't care. Go to the craft room, have a ball. So he made a little toy race car. And what is Jack's? A birdhouse? What is his?
A birdhouse. If it's a birdhouse,
I don't know. Jack's got one too. He hasn't made his yet. But Aaron's been practicing on the piano, and he's been practicing on the guitar. And I'm so proud. Uncle Wayne is proud because Uncle Wayne plays both. And he is also self-taught, so I'm so glad. Mara bought the guitar for Aaron. That was really sweet of her. She bought that.
why are you vibrating?
Oh my God, that was in the end of 2018, I believe.
No, not 2018. It was
Beginning of
2019.
2019.
It was actually 2019, and then
It was right before we bought the place that we're in now.
yeah.
Yeah, that was really sweet of her because she could see he had interest. So, but anyway, I just wanted to chitty chat with everybody and just let y'all know if y'all are even having mild symptoms and you're being careful and you're wearing your mask and you're sanitizing and you're stocked up on what?
It just went like this, and then Sasha pulled it back.
Dude, you scared the balls out of me. Good God. So I'm like stocked up on Clorox wipies. Oh, you should pull it back out and learn to some more. I'm trying to get Doug to pick it back up. He played when I met him. He played very well. And he's like, I don't got time. Yeah, you do. Quit watching that stupid fishing guy on YouTube and go learn to play the guitar again. It's like riding a bike, dude. It'll come back to you. He played the really good shit. He played like Zeppelin and AC/DC, and he played all the good shit, you know, from back when it was good shit. But yeah. So Aaron plays now. And if he gets good at the keyboard, that we've got him a Yamaha, big one. If he gets good at that, then we'll get him a piano. An actual one. That's what we did for Uncle Wayne. Uncle Wayne got really good, and we went ahead and got him a piano. A real piano. Yes. A real piano. Yeah. Would you like to have a real piano?
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
I would like. How big is it?
It's big.
Oh man. How did you even fit it? It's like a house.
You can play TNT. I grew up listening to AC/DC. My best friend, her brother's room was next door to her room, and we would be in her room with her little ballerina pictures on the wall and the lavender paint and the beautiful frilly bedspread, and we'd be in there doing our makeup and listening to Rick Springfield. And her brothers would come in with all of their long-haired headbanger friends, little stoners, and instantly door would slam and the music would come on cranked. AC/DC. Always AC/DC. That's what they listen to every single day.
Sasha's playing with the car. She keeps on going.
And when they'd come out, it would be in a plume of marijuana smoke, bunch of leather and faded blue jean material, walks down the hall, the radio goes off. We knew when they were about to leave, so we'd jump out and scare them. like old toothless. Really? Um, so I grew up listening to that and like Led Zeppelin, but AC/DC definitely brings back memories. Love AC/DC. Then I saw them in concert, which was awesome because they're so iconic. They're so fucking iconic. But anyway, need to see if my video got blocked. What video are you talking about? Waffles. I've been on for 37 minutes. That's a lot of my day. That's actually a lot of my day. I don't really have any laundry to do. Me and Doug pretty much were knocking that out when I felt good yesterday. What I did was yesterday I woke up really feeling better. When that fever broke and I felt better. And I burned myself out. I wanted to come out, get fresh air. The humidity was low. I went down to the patio. I started tinkering with plants and I burned myself out. I came up and I was like, okay, my knees are feeling a little bit weak and I'm lightheaded. He was like, yeah, you should probably sit down since you haven't ate anything. I was like, I really can't eat still. I can't. So today I had a bowl of cereal. I couldn't remember. I had a bowl of cereal today with almond milk. So that's what I've had today, and he's making the wontons now, which I don't mind eating at all because they're fresh, homemade, from scratch, not no frozen shit. But, and then maybe tomorrow night we'll do seafood if I feel up to it. What? We're not doing Mexican tomorrow night, baby.
Huh?
We're not doing Mexican tomorrow night. Anyway, I want to try, what is it? German, the cabbage rolls. I'm going to make cabbage rolls one night this weekend, I think. So I'm going to do cabbage rolls from scratch. I'm going to do, we're going to do some type of a Polish meal. I don't know what yet, but we're going to do a Polish meal very soon. I just want to hit all of them. And when we do, we're going to let the boys watch videos about the areas where those foods came from. I just think it's a good educational thing, especially with them being shut in right now.
What's a Polish?
From Poland, honey. And I'm not going to do like kielbasa. I'm going to actually make a meal. Not just go, hey, here's some kielbasa. Polish. No.
What did we speak?
Baby, I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm streaming. Hold on. That's okay. But I just think it's a good educational thing for them, you know, with them just being just stuck inside and they can't do anything. The playground is open. They opened the freaking playground here. I'm not letting them go to the playground. Are they crazy? Florida has had, today they reported yesterday's cases 2,700 plus. The hell? And I go to the store and there's people that are not wearing a mask. Oh, I'm glad you're taking a political stand, but in doing so, you're risking everyone, including you and your children. You know, if you have to come out and bring your kids, I get it. Kids need to get out of the fucking house. Put a mask on. Just... Thankfully, my boys are older and they understand the mask and they wear it. A lot of little kids won't wear them. Kasima does now. She didn't used to, but Shane got her one that was really snug all the way around. And when she takes it off, she's got little lines on her face. But she takes her out about once every like 8 days in public. When they do take her out, most of the time it's at Battle Park where they just walk the trail. And there's really nobody out there. That's where I used to go to take my walks. There's nobody out there. I used to go, I used to take Aaron. Me and Aaron used to go to Battle Park when it was just me and him.
I don't remember that.
I got pictures and video, boy. I will show, yes, I will show you. Aaron's like, can you show me?
Because I want to know what I looked like when I was
You look just like you look now, only pudgier.
Huh?
You were chubby.
Mhm.
All right, well, I've been on for 42 minutes and 7 seconds now, so I'm going to get off of here and see if Doug needs me. He won't let me help him, but I'm going to see if he needs me to help him with anything. Because for 2 days, he did everything with the boys and everything because I couldn't interact with them. And then, of course, he stayed home from work yesterday to take care of me and the boys because I couldn't take care of them. That was risky. So, and then today he woke up planning on going in late just to make sure that I was okay, and ended up he didn't feel good. So it passed, thank goodness, because he was getting worried. He was like, shit, man, I woke up with this feeling the same way you felt. And I was like, maybe it's in your head. Let's just hope it's in your head. But by afternoon, he was feeling fine. Thanks for coming by, Steve. So he's been home for 2 days, and blessed that we can afford to do that, because there have been times in our life where we wouldn't have been able to afford for him to miss work. But we're good, thank goodness. You know, I don't have to stress. All the bills are paid up. Some of them are paid in advance. We were preparing for him to not be able to work if all this crap really went really bad for us, for his line of work, but it didn't. So we're actually in the good. But anyway, I'm going to... You fawning good girl. She's fawning. I call it fawning when she tucks all of her legs under. It's just like a deer. She's fawning. All right, I'm gonna go water my plants now that the sun is down, and then I'm gonna go see if Doug will let me help him with something. He probably won't. He does the dishes and everything when it's his turn, and then I do them when it's my turn. He's so sweet.
I want a job.
You men watching, you better step up. And you women watching, you better get you a man that does you right.
I want a job.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Alright.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and listening to my shit. If you haven't already, hit that red button below so you can hang out with me some more. And don't forget to share and like. And everybody stay safe, wear your mask. And this isn't just about you, it's about other people that could get sick as well. And everyone have an amazing night. Bye.